welcome everyone to another episode of Throw Like a Girl Radio, WBCR's first all-female sports talk show. We are here with you every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. I'm Alyssa Paolicelli.
And I'm KaraAnne Galante.
Thank you again for your support and continuing to tune in to Throw Like a Girl Radio today. Myself and Kara are here with you till the next hour. You can listen to us in a number of different ways. First, by streaming off of mywbcr.com or downloading the TuneIn Radio app and searching Brooklyn College Radio. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media accounts, facebook.com/throwlikeagirlradio, Twitter @throwlikeA_girl, and Instagram, Throw Like a Girl Radio, all one word. We also, Kara's been managing our YouTube page, doing a great job of that, getting our episodes up there in a timely fashion. So make sure you search Throw Like a Girl Radio on YouTube, subscribe to our page so you can hear our episodes whenever you want.
Yes, you get to hear our voices daily if you want. Well, round one of the playoff hockey has almost commenced. We still have one more Game 7 left. The Subway Series has been reignited, and one of the most anticipated NFL drafts is approaching. If you guys would like to join in our conversation, the number is 718-951-4444. Don't forget that is the number you can always call in and join our conversation at any point during the hour. The number again is 718-951-4444. And now we're going to start off our show like we usually do with our segment, Why Do We Love Sports This Week?
Kara found this really lovely video of this boy named Jonathan Petra. And he suffers from a disease called epidermolysis bullosa, EB for short. So we'll be referring it to EB because it's kind of a mouthful. So, but basically, it's just his story. It's one of the most painful diseases known to medicine. There's no cure for it. It's a skin condition where his skin is so brittle that any kind of friction or impact makes it's like a blister. It's blistering.
Yeah, it forms a blister. Every movement he makes, even if he eats food, blisters form in his throat.
Oh, God. It's
I know,
horrible.
But we have a lighter part of this whole thing. He's also a huge hockey fan. He lives in Canada. And he's a huge Ottawa Senators fan. And in 2014, November 14th, he became a scout for the day for the Ottawa Senators. He knows his hockey. He loves his hockey. And he always wanted to be an NHL hockey player.
He, actually really knows his hockey.
No,
He's not, just a kid who, just roots for the Senators. But he is really into it. They took him to the game. And in the video, we posted the video on our Facebook page. You can check that out if you're interested in watching the whole thing. TSN did a great job. It's about 12 to 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not long, but it's worth it. It brings a lot of awareness to this horrible disease that has no cure. But they showed him on they were playing the Predators. The Senators were playing the Predators, and he knew who they needed to keep the puck away from him. When he went to go meet the team after the game, he was like, you guys had a little bit too many turnovers, but we still got the W, so no big deal.
Yes, I think he was talking like Erik Karlsson or something. It's like, he asked Erik Karlsson, I remember, he's like, are you going to stay with the Ottawa Senators next
after
season?
his 5-year contract? He just knew a lot of stuff, and it was like, wow, this is so nice that he can find a place, an outlet where he can, find joy in when his daily life is so difficult. I mean, he has to take, I think the process of him bandaging up his wounds, bathing is like a 3.5-hour process every single day, and he can't even, like you said, he can't eat normal foods because of the blisters that develop in his throat.
Disease. But he's very optimistic, and we love his attitude. And also, in the past 3 months, he's raised over $117,000 for an organization dedicated to his illness. It's called Debra Canada, Debra. And he also serves as a butterfly ambassador. So currently, there's no cure for this disease, and if you guys want to donate,
we actually did post the link up if you want to learn more about the families that are affected and just more about the disease itself. You can look at our Facebook page. We put up the link if you're interested in checking that out.
Yes, and Jonathan's story is just something that makes you feel good because, you see how happy he is and his optimism about life, and, sees that life isn't really that bad.
He was even they were asking him like, have you ever pictured yourself playing hockey? And obviously he can't. He's tried a bunch of there's different types of handicap hockey, but still it's just his condition is so bad he can't. But when he was talking to, I forget who the name of the guy who was interviewing him, but he said, he's like, I always pictured myself as a center, but I'm more of a Crosby type.
Yes, yes, he's a
cute.
great kid. And that's why we love sports this week. So check out the video on our Facebook page, facebook.com/throwlikeagirlradio. Throw Like a Girl Radio is WBCR's first all-female sports talk show with myself and Alyssa Paolicelli. We'll be right back with you after this short break. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media accounts. And we have a clip from Boomer and Carton, and is their take on the Subway Series. So here it is.
Kickball in the infield, and Eric Campbell, you want to stay here? You can't make errors, and you can't run yourself into the third out without knowing how many outs there are.
Right.
That to me is just mind-boggling.
Such a close game, right?
And then, of course, you have two infielders in Wilma Flores and Daniel Murphy that are average to below average infielders. Would you not say?
Yeah, Murphy again, although he had a couple big hits, again, makes an error.
Supposedly they're in the lineup because Murphy can hit. He can do, he can give you a 300 season, even though he's getting off to a slow start, but maybe that bat's starting to wake up a little bit. And Wilma Flores supposedly has some power. But ultimately, there's another part of the game that's being played, and that's defense. And if you don't play defense and you just are haphazard at it, this 14-5 record can turn into 14-14 in a heartbeat.
In a minute, right. And then that's for those that want to be negative about it, that's the rub where, hey, the Mets haven't played anybody yet. Wait till they go out west. Wait till they play this team and that team. Listen, you got the best record in baseball. Your players on your schedule. So if you're a Met fan, I know it sucks losing the series to the Yankees.
Yeah, it
because all
does.
Yankee fans are saying the same thing. See, listen, you came and played us. We took care of business.
Well, whatever.
And they did. That being said, now the Mets have to go out there, as you say frequently on the show, every day. It's an everyday sport.
So that you heard over some comments from Boomer and Carton post Subway Series this weekend. Throw Like a Girl Radio with Alyssa Paolicelli and KaraAnne Galante are back with you until 5 p.m. If you want to join our conversation, the number to call is 718-951-4444. So now, New York baseball fans,
Yes.
we tackle the weekend of what was exciting.
It was exciting baseball.
Subway Series. It was
Yeah.
The hype was at an all-time high, not as favorable as an outcome as we would have hoped.
Yes, us
as
Met fans.
But I mean, it was still exciting to watch. We had some of our ace pitchers in, even though they weren't.
They weren't ace.
At least
worthy.
DeGrom wasn't.
Yeah, well, Harvey was, so that's a light on that subject.
So some of the scores from this weekend's games on Friday, Yankees 6, Mets 1. Saturday, Yankees 2, Mets 8. And Sunday, Yankees won 6-4. So that was So the Yankees ended up swimming away with that.
Yeah, that last game of the series was just filled with errors, little league errors. You're a baseball player, you're making millions of dollars, and you don't remember how many outs are in the inning?
Don't even get me started with that, because Kara knows.
Yes, Alyssa has a lot of anger and frustration building in her right now.
So I feel like as a hockey fan, you do a considerable amount of yelling at your TV. It's a very anticipated game. It's very anxious. It's just one prolonged anxiety attack, pretty much. So yelling at my TV is not uncharted territory for me.
Yeah, me too. Same exact thing.
I have never yelled at my TV more than I yelled at Daniel Murphy this past weekend.
Why we're yelling at Daniel Murphy?
He is a a sight for sore eyes on defense. The guy cannot base run. Yes. He makes an error every chance he gets. I don't understand. I don't even know the logistics of his contract, but I know that he's getting paid millions of dollars. You should be able to field a basic ground ball.
You're 100% correct on that. It's Little League. You're
he has
supposed
4
to do
errors
that.
this season already. 4 out of the team itself has 13, which is nothing to brag about. Him and both Wilmer Flores. But are you really okay? Daniel Murphy, you are an all-star. You were last year you represented the Mets at the 2014 All-Star game.
Yes, he did.
And you have the same amount of errors as Wilmer Flores, who is that position is still up in the air about who can field that the best. I know you're
I don't
offensively.
know why they put Wilmer Flores in, honestly.
He's better than Tejada, but at this point, I'll take Tejada at second base over Daniel Murphy.
Okay.
I cannot stand him. I just don't understand why he doesn't DH. Offensively, no complaints. He hasn't been hitting as well, but I feel like he's back on his hitting streak.
It's the beginning of the season, too. You got to think.
And everyone's like, oh, he didn't, because he was hurt during spring training. So everyone's like, oh, he didn't get in his reps. I don't care if he didn't get in his reps. You have 6 months off season, longer than that.
I know.
We didn't play in October. You have a longer off season.
I know you do. You got to get ready for this season. There's no excuse for that, and there's no excuse for those errors.
And the mental errors?
No, there's
mental
no
errors
excuse
are
for that.
insane to me.
They should get fined for that. Honestly, like something should go on. You should know how many outs are in the inning. And also with that Eric Campbell error that he did, because
don't blame my soup. Don't blame my soup.
Tim Tuffle is screaming at him to stay at first base. Is there any use for third base coaches and first base coaches anymore? Honestly, if the runners are not going to listen. right?
No, I don't even think Major League, you should not have it there. No, there is a need for it, but
the runners don't even listen to them. He's like screaming at him. I was watching the video, which will be posted on our Facebook page, and it's insane. He's like screaming at him to stop, 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 and he keeps running. I'm like, aren't you supposed to look up while you run? Isn't that what you learn in Little League, right?
you're not supposed to watch the ball though, so maybe
You never watch the ball. You always look at your coaches. That's like rule number 1 in Little League baseball. I don't understand. These mental errors have to stop because it's going to cost the New York Mets one day, and it's probably going to cost them.
That was the thing. This whole series,
Yeah.
they beat themselves. Like,
No, they
Yankee
did. They
fans, like,
played
I'm not
well.
taking away from you. Your team is hot. Like, you're doing well. You're,
Yeah,
you're
good.
beating.
Congratulations.
You're beating the best team. You beat the best team in baseball.
Yes, we are the best team
No,
in baseball.
I was actually talking about Detroit. Offensively speaking, they are better than us.
Oh,
but
oh,
we
oh,
do
oh.
have. I guess we were the best team in baseball
No, we
since
are.
we
We're
had
15
the
and
best.
5
Yeah.
with a .750 win percentage.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
the
so
highest.
technically you did, but at the same time, like
Technically.
you won at the aid of the Mets making so many errors,
It
And
was
just a-
horrible.
A glimpse back at Daniel Murphy's career at second base. He's played 455 games there and has made 53 errors. And I don't know. Daniel
No,
Murphy,
he's not
shut
a
your
Gold
mouth.
Glove.
Shut your mouth in the locker room.
Yes.
Stop making comments on unnecessary things and focus on fielding a ground ball correctly or turning a double play. The simple A-B double play. Like, come on.
I know. Even Michael Kadire, he forgot how to throw a ball. Did you see that throw from the outfield?
What game?
I think it was when A-Rod hit that so-called
run?
triple.
Oh.
He got thrown out at third base, and Kadire gets the ball. He throws it and hits straight into the ground. It doesn't even reach the infield. It was one of the worst throws I've seen. It was worse than the 50 Cent. Remember the 50 Cent when he was like the celebrity to throw out the first pitch? I think it was worse than that first pitch. That throw. Okay?
That was really bad. That was
It
last
was
year,
horrible.
right? He
Yeah,
came-
that was last
Yeah,
year.
because after he had a concert at City Field, and I got to go.
Yeah,
so
me too.
can
I
check,
got to see
I
that.
can check a 50 Cent concert off of my list of things to do before I
Yes,
die, I guess.
yes.
So didn't know it was on there.
Why
but
would that be
apparently
on your
now it
bucket
is.
list? Well, the Mets.
It's from Queens. Got to represent.
Oh, that's true. But the Mets need to wake up, stop with these errors, and they've been playing pretty well. But look who we're versing. Honestly, let's wait until we verse the top teams. Like, we're versing the Marlins now. You're supposed to beat the Marlins, and yesterday they won by the skin of their teeth.
All
With
right, yeah,
your
and-
boy Daniel Murphy, your
Coming
favorite man in
cl-
the world.
Coming in clutch, and he actually
Coming
made a
in
very
clutch.
nice defensive play at the end of the ninth inning.
So he's coming
but
back.
No. He's just a horrible defensive player.
I
Defensive
know.
liability will always be. He should just DH. When David Wright comes back, move my man Soup over to second
Move
base.
your man Soup. Your man Soup better know how many outs there are in the inning. All right, your man Soup. Okay, he's getting a little bit cold right now. After that,
Good. That was good, Kara. That was good. Got to give you credit for that.
thank you.
But honestly, like, he's done really well, I think, offensively speaking. I mean, again, no excuse for mental errors. Mental
No, there
errors is the
isn't an
most
excuse.
frustrating thing to watch as a
is.
fan. But at the same time, he's been a part of a lot of big offensive rallies the Mets have had in their winning streak. But just another thing to note, our boy Jacob deGrom, and
That flow.
yeah, he was off on Friday night.
Yes, but I'll give him an excuse. You could have one off night.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying that that the cold weather had a factor, but he was just missing.
That's
his
no
spots.
excuse. Cold weather. Come on.
I mean,
You're supposed to play in like snow, sleet, like with the cold weather.
but at
No.
the same time, like, he's only used to playing in warmer weather. He didn't say that was an excuse, but just some numbers to throw around for you to soak that in.
Yes.
He had one of the lowest ERAs coming into the game on Friday night, and the
Yes.
longest scoreless streak by any major league starter.
Was it like 0.75
It was like,
or
and now,
0.8
and it
something?
got up to like 4 point something afterwards. He had scoreless 18 1/3 innings
Yeah.
that had to be that were broken, and he allowed 3 homers. He allowed 5 homers in his last 23 starts and 3 homers in Friday alone.
All right.
So
I'll give him.
I mean,
one
everybody has
bad
an off
game.
day.
He's
so
only human. I'll give him one bad game. It sucks that it was against the Yankees, but like when we're versing top teams, DeGrom, you better bring your A game. That's all I'm gonna say. we can't deal with that.
And tonight we have the Mets are switching to one other thing.
Yes.
Quickly, we can talk about
Go.
this. On Saturday, Matt Harvey went into the 9th inning at 105 at 91 pitches. So they let him go out into the 9th inning to finish off the game. Why they did that?
No,
I have
you don't do
idea.
that. You don't do
He
that.
got taken out after he hit 107 pitches, I think it was.
You don't do that.
And he had 2 outs, and there was no point in doing that.
He just had Tommy John surgery. He just came back from an injury. Why are you making him pitch a full game? I don't understand.
I mean,
about
like
that.
his pitch count was reasonable, but at the
I
same
know,
time,
but still,
like
you want to be
it just
cautious.
I think it was more of like a stigma thing. Like Terry Collins, like, okay, I want to have him finish what he started against the Yankees.
I know.
Bring the hype back, but at the same point, it doesn't. As much as this means something to fans, these 3 games are really insignificant as far as
Yes, it's
you
not
know,
playoff
we
berth
don't
or anything.
we don't play these guys
Yeah.
until later on in the
September.
playoffs. You know what I
September,
mean?
yeah.
And these 3 we play another 3-game series with them in September, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like they're not
no.
crucial games. Like if we're playing the Nationals, a different story because we play them so much more often.
Yes, take him out. Have trust in your bullpen. Don't keep Matt Harvey. And God forbid he re-injures or something, and then what's going to happen? Another controversy with the New York Mets, and that's what we hate.
And yeah, apparently they're limiting his starts to 30 to 32 in the regular season.
Just limit his innings.
I mean, yeah, that's what
Limit
I
his
think.
innings.
So they're
Not
going
his
to
starts.
switch from a 5-man pitching rotation to 6-men tonight when they have pulled up Montero.
Oh, Rafael Montero.
And they sent down Munzo.
Danny Muno?
Danny Muno. I don't know why I
Danny
keep putting a
Muno.
Z in his name when it doesn't exist.
I know, maybe. I don't know who's Munzo, but yeah.
I'm
we'll
thinking
see
of the
what
guy
happens.
who produces for the Francesca show.
Oh.
That's his name, but
You're
sorry.
confusing your broadcasting with sports, but that's good. Well, that was a good talk about baseball. Let's switch to another topic, shall we? Right? We
Yeah.
have, the NFL draft is coming up on what is
Thursday,
it? Thursday,
30th in Chicago.
and there's a lot of people wanting to boycott it. So we
Including
have
me.
Yes, and me too. And we'll tell you why right after this. Comments made by Keith Olbermann.
You and I have to be the adults and make some serious choices, and I doubt most of us have even realized those choices are there, let alone contemplated their significance. Thursday is the NFL draft. Next Saturday is the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight. And the choices are about where we as sports fans, where we as human beings draw the line about domestic violence in this country. Jameis Winston is still likely to be the #1 overall pick in that NFL draft. Jameis Winston, with an overall public conduct record that makes Johnny Manziel look like a hall monitor, and fresh from making a public excuse for walking out of a supermarket with 3 pounds of crab legs that is so completely nonsensical that it sounds like it was dreamt up by the crab legs. Jameis Winston, who more importantly is the defendant in a civil suit from a former student at his university accusing him of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. A suit filed after local prosecutors chose not to press charges. Florida State led a code of conduct hearing in December and cleared Winston of responsibility for the incident. But the accuser has now sued the school, and the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights continues its federal investigation of how FSU handled that incident. It should be noted that campus rape and sexual assault is virtually at epidemic stages in this country. From the Department of Justice, it's more than 6 cases reported per 1,000 students, and 80% of all cases go unreported. Why an NFL team would draft what looks to the outside world like a ticking time bomb, draft him in the 5th round, let alone the 1st, is beyond me. As if the league or any of its teams needed a potential new disastrous scandal in 2015 after how NFL negligence about domestic and family violence overshadowed 2014. However, the jury is still out on Jameis Winston, perhaps literally. Not so with the boxer Floyd Mayweather.
Throw Like a Girl Radio is back with you until 5 p.m. I'm Alyssa Paolicelli, and I have Kara Galante trying to set up our Periscope. We have 12 viewers, so if you want to join us in there. Hi, everyone on Periscope.
Hi, guys. All right.
If you want to join our conversation, the number call is 718-951-4444. So you just heard some comments from Keith Olbermann, who had a lot to say about the draft that's happening this Thursday.
Yes.
It's April 30th. I think it's at 8 o'clock. It's normally,
it's in
normally
Chicago.
later at night. But so it's a very controversial draft for me. I will not be watching. As a female football fan,
Me neither.
This is one of the only ways I think that I can show my unrest with what has gone on in the NFL and what continues to go on in the NFL, because realistically speaking, I'm not going to stop watching the games. They're a part
Except
of
the team that drafts him, I'm not going to have any respect
that's
for. Well, why are we going on a rant about this man?
The pick order for Thursday is Tampa Bay, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Oakland, Washington, and then my Jets are down at 6.
Okay.
So
it's not
there
bad.
is speculation that, not speculation, it's going to happen. Jameis Winston is going to be the first draft pick of the 2015 draft. If he's not, he's going to be second or third. He's going to be picked within the top 5 picks.
And he's not going to be attending the draft, too.
You're right. He's not attending because
Yes.
he's just the most arrogant man.
No, because of all the controversy that's surrounding him.
Because
Well,
I'm sure that there's going to be some type of protesting going on.
I'll be protesting. I'm boycotting this. This is disgusting
Also-
of what he is being not charged of, but people are.
And I
talking
feel like
about it.
even though, like, last year Johnny Manziel was in the mix, so there was a bunch of hype around that. But I think
Yes.
that this is drawing other people into it because of the areas it affects. So if you don't know the background story,
Yes, here it is. Alyssa's going to tell you.
Jameis Winston in 2012 was accused of raping a girl on his campus at Florida State University. Her name is
Yes.
Erica Kinsman, and she's gone out public with the documentary of the hunting ground. But when I say he says he was falsely accused. He was never brought up on charges.
Yes.
But
But why wasn't he brought up on charges, right?
because the Tallahassee Police Department and the FSU school safety athletic
Yes.
department are all in cahoots together in order to cover up this as much as they could. But the worst part about this is that false accusations, he has to be guilty. False accusations of
Yes.
rape happen so infrequently.
Yes.
Just-
And there's proof, though. Like, she had bruises on her, and there was tests later done on her. And they're saying there's lack of evidence of rape when that is such a lie. There was so much evidence that was pointed towards him, and FSU and the Tallahassee State Police are covering it up because do FSU get anything out of this if
Well,
he's drafted?
They make a lot of money.
They make a lot of money,
Because
so it's
they
all
can
money.
sell his jersey. It is all money motivated.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It just perpetuates rape culture even further in our country.
No, it does.
Between 2% to 8% of rapes reported are found to be false. Only about 40% of rapes are reported. So if you do a little math, that means for every false accusation of rape, there are up to 100 actual rapes that take place. So if you want to put this in even more odds, that makes your odds of being falsely accused of rape at somewhere between 50,000 and 200,000 to 1. So and another statistic I can throw your way.
Yes,
less
throw
than
it.
4% of college students are athletes. Yet 19% of sexual assaults on campus are done by student athletes.
Yeah.
So the statistics are not in your favor, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, and it was videotaped too. One person that was there. It was at this potluck or something. And this potbelly party, not potluck. This potbelly party on
It's like
campus.
potluck, they have
Yeah, I
those.
was thinking there was this potbelly party on campus, and it was videotaped too. There is video footage that the police have not obtained. They're totally ignoring what's going on. They're totally ignoring Erica Kinsman's request and also FSU is stating that they didn't find him violating the student code of conduct at all. Jameis Winston.
And a statement put out, Kirby Dick was the director of the newly released documentary Hunting Ground, which I have not seen yet, and I am upset I haven't seen it yet because I think everyone should see it. It does a great job of uncovering the cases that are covered up by these large college institutions.
Yes.
And he stated that similar cases at other schools had much less evidence and resulted in accused being expelled. He was
Yeah.
not expelled. She was forced to drop out because she was receiving death threats.
Yeah.
She was told repeatedly when they were conducting the rape kit
Yes.
that this is a big football town, you might want to think twice about pressing the charges.
Are you serious?
So I
Wow.
don't understand.
And she's the victim, and they're making her seem like she's starting this whole thing. It's horrible. It's horrible what they're doing.
And I don't know why professional athletes constantly. He's not even a professional yet, and he's already getting a pass. Mike Tyson was convicted of rape. He was released from prison, welcomed back into the world of boxing. Kobe Bryant was
Yes.
accused of rape, settled his rape outside of court. Again, has lost
Yes.
he earned back $31 million in endorsements. He barely lost any sponsorships. And then Ben Roethlisberger was
Yes, Ben
suspended a
Roethlisberger.
few games.
Yes.
And just to note another thing, Nike sponsors all these people. So
Great
Nike
job, Nike. Really.
dropped Michael Vick after he had his whole dog fighting,
fighting, yeah.
but they didn't drop Ben Roethlisberger when he was accused of raping somebody else.
Yeah, and then Roger Goodell's like, we have a handle on this with this domestic violence thing. And he's thinking that since he's not attending the NFL draft, that he's really sending a message. So what's the message being sent? Oh, you are accused of raping someone. You don't get to attend the NFL draft. That's really great. And he's still going to be drafted anyway. And number 1, the top pick, too. That's not sending any message at all. And also, he's saying that if something happens during his NFL career, things in the past that he has done will be in consideration. But anything in the past, he's not being punished for at all. He also was convicted of like being a shoplifter,
Yeah,
of
he
stealing
stole
crab legs.
He stole crab legs. Like,
This
who
dude-
does that? You are
yeah.
so like.
He has trouble written in his name because
That's why I don't
horrible.
understand why, like, all the stuff that's happened this past year. Why do you want to draft a liability? Granted, you have Marcus Mariota, who, if
Yes.
he's not as skilled on the field, he's a coachable player. You can hopefully mold him to your system.
Yes.
But you're giving a first-round draft pick to somebody who may or may not, do a good job.
He shouldn't be in the NFL at all. He shouldn't be in the NFL until this is proven that he did not do it. That's why they should reopen this case.
Well, they did say that he didn't do it. That's the whole problem.
Yeah, but they didn't even
because
do any
technically he is
standards.
innocent.
He's not even innocent though. There's
by
so much
the
stuff.
law, he's
by
innocent.
the law, because Tallahassee's covering it up. Tallahassee State Police is covering this up because this is a star player who's going to bring money to FSU, and he's going to bring name and
they
reputation
don't want
to it.
They don't want FSU doesn't want that attached to when people are applying to their schools. Like, oh wait, isn't that where that famous rapist went?
Yeah.
Like, they don't want that stigma attached to their name, so this is why they go through.
But if they do
all of
something
this
about
trouble.
it, they're going to show that there's no tolerance against this. If you do it, you will get punished, and that's it. He shouldn't be allowed in the NFL. If this whole domestic violence thing is going on with the NFL, and Roger Goodell is trying to decrease the amount of domestic violence and things like that, then he should not be.
Like, why start off another season with
why
this?
even be drafted? You know he's going to make it to the NFL. He's going to make millions of dollars. I don't care. He shouldn't be making that money. There's people who do a bunch of better stuff, and they don't make that amount of money. It's showing that rape is okay, honestly, in the NFL. He's not doing anything.
It's definitely just continuing to perpetuate the rape culture. And I just don't get it because, like,
disgusting.
there was possible talks that the Jets were going to be able to, like, trade up for a pick, or
don't you dare trade up
or
for him.
that they were going to get. I was hoping they're going to get Mariota. It doesn't look like that. They don't.
Yeah.
But if for whatever reason, if something happens where all these teams, and wait, before I even get into that, I forgot to mention that. According to the director of Hunting Ground, Kirby Dick, I believe his name is, he said that all the teams who have, are in contention of possibly picking him have gone through their own personal investigations about his case.
Yes.
Not one of them has contacted the survivor of his rape attack. Not one. Erica Kinsman is her name. Not one of them has contacted her and asked her for her side of the story.
Really?
Not a single one.
That's
So
horrible.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have the first pick, who probably will end up drafting him, they did not even look to see. So you're basically, what's the point of doing an investigation if you're just going to go down the one path you already know about?
What's even supporting anti-domestic violence and all that stuff if you're not going to do anything about it?
Right. Aren't you supposed to try and uncover new stones instead of already looking at the ones that are already turned over? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And if the NFL is smart, if the teams are smart, they shouldn't draft him at all. And to send a message to the players and send a message to the fans saying that we're not going to deal with this. We're not going to condone what he did. We're not going to make him big news, top story. And he doesn't deserve this fame. I don't care. He seems like such a horrible kid.
Much publicity, and I just don't get it. I mean, and even when the story first broke in 2013, because it happened in 2012.
Yeah, it happened
in December of
2012,
and but it took so long for the story to emerge. And he also won a Heisman Trophy, by the way, which is the highest trophy you can win in college football.
Yeah.
First Take, in case it wasn't bad enough with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Had said they were defending Winston when the allegations first surfaced. And they said that Kinsman's allegations were terribly unfair, while noting the timing was unfortunate and stinks. That's
allegations were unfair.
And Michelle Beadle was like, she responded so quickly to them. Was like, Stephen A., saying all went right back at both of them, and they both recanted their statements. But it's
I remember that.
This is why this country has such an issue with this.
Yeah.
This has been between this police brutality cases. Everything has been in the news over and over again. Don't you think these issues need to be addressed?
I know they need to. They need to, and apparently it's just going underneath the bridge. Just one underneath the bridge. Forget it.
Because
let's cover it
apparently
up.
the financial aspect.
Money speaks louder than words, and
That's
then
for sure.
I don't want to see any more of this domestic violence commercials. Then if you're not gonna stay
that
true
are
to
sponsored
your
by
word,
the NFL.
Yeah, that are sponsored. Yeah, it's a joke. I wouldn't take it serious. I would laugh. I'm like, oh, you're allowing this guy who was accused of rape, and he probably did do it. There's a bunch of proof and evidence behind it, but just nobody wants to talk about it. And I feel so bad for this girl, but she has to live with for the rest of her life, and the memory, it's just horrible. She's not going to get anything for it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was reading about this, all the statistics speaking, and it just shines a light on, I feel like this happens, and this is at FSU, right? it's a big school, obviously, but this happens at every school.
Mm-hmm.
Every school, big or small, like heavily funded or not, this happens everywhere.
Yeah,
and
it
that's the
does.
scariest part
It
about
is.
all of it.
Let's go. We go to a CUNY.
I mean, it's probably still happens here. That's just because we go to a CUNY doesn't
I know,
mean that
but
it
it's
doesn't
not
happen.
as like blown up
Because-
and things like that.
I mean, I just think that's because, I just hope that if there anything good does come of him being the first draft pick, it just causes discourse about what's going on and how these college campuses specifically give passes to
They're star players.
rapists, and especially the ones who bring in the college so much money, because apparently that's
Yeah.
more important than the safety of your students.
No, it is more important apparently, and it's just horrible to even say and even think about. I just can't believe it myself.
It's disgusting.
No,
And
it
like
is
I was saying before,
disgusting.
by some chance, if the Jets end up drafting him, I will put it on the record. I will be a
Yes.
full-blown Giants fan. I will be like one of those obnoxious. I know Kara's a Cowboys fan. She doesn't want that to happen.
No,
but I will
don't.
be. Maybe I'll even go the extreme. No, I won't be a Patriots fan. I can't do
No,
that.
don't do that.
Can't do that.
Don't
But
do that.
I will just be one of those obnoxious fans who just don't want the Jets to do well at all, because I cannot root for this guy. I will not. Even if it was, if let's say he was a hockey player and they drafted him to the Rangers, I would drop the Rangers in a second.
No, me too.
I could not.
Even though I'm saying it right now.
I
No, I'm
would-
serious. I'm serious. Me too. But I don't think the NHL would even
Well,
allow that. 'cause
it's
they're
not even
very-
because hockey doesn't bring in nearly as much money.
As NFL.
So I'm
But we
sure
don't
that
need
doesn't
him.
give it a pass. I mean, I'm
Honestly,
sure
the
it
NFL
happens
doesn't
on
need
hockey
him,
teams
though.
too.
I don't think they need him. The NFL doesn't need him. The NFL is making enough money on their own
That's
without
true,
him. They
but
are.
they need quarterbacks.
I
There's
don't
a quarterback
care.
shortage. But that, like I said, doesn't justify
I don't care about
him
your
being able-
quarterback short. I'll go in. I'll be QB if you want. Like, I don't care. First woman quarterback, I'll do it. Like, that'll make some headlines, right?
He won't be allowed.
I
They would
know.
never. Think about it. How long did it take him to get a woman officiator?
I know. Oh
Not
my
gonna
God, I'll
happen.
probably be 100 years old when that happens.
Forget it when there's a woman on the sidelines coaching.
Oh,
that'll be the day.
That'll be the day.
Not
Because
happening.
with all this domestic violence. Watch, the NFL is going to come out with another PR thing about women putting him into the game right after he's drafted. They're going to do something to just cover it up.
I'm telling you, the NFL,
It's a joke.
the best people in PR
I know.
apparently work for the NFL. So,
Applause to you, NFL.
all
Great
these-
job, guys.
but
Yeah. Well, that really got a lot out of me just now.
it's on
too.
it's on Thursday. I don't know what channel, but just don't
Yep.
watch it.
Just don't watch
All
it.
of our
please.
listeners don't watch the draft.
Fans, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not. Just don't. Send
Even
a
though
message to the NFL being like, we're not supporting this.
I mean, it's not even like that's the thing that stinks about this. Is there's not, if you don't watch it, it's
Still
still
not gonna
gonna
do
get it's still
anything.
gonna get more views than any playoff game, either hockey and basketball. Last year, hockey and basketball playoff views combined were lower than just the draft views. And the draft is literally, you're sitting there watching
people
people
are
at
gonna
tables
watch
like
it to see if he's drafted first. You know that.
that's
just
what
to be
everyone
curious.
watched when Johnny went on the Dallas Cowboys when their pick was up. Everyone turned it on because they thought they were gonna draft
Yeah,
maybe it was the Texans. Whatever Texas team it
I
was,
don't think it. I think it could have been the Cowboys.
they all turned it on
Yeah.
because they thought they were gonna draft Menzel.
Yeah, because Menzel was going low. He was going down.
Yeah, I mean, he got picked really late compared to what everyone thought he was going to get picked.
Well,
But that's the thing. Like, this
yeah.
kid parties and is, like, fully upfront with his persona.
yeah, but
and
it's
he got
not
picked,
like
so,
it's not like
but
he's
not as
abusing or he's
skilled.
sexual assault and
Right.
all that. Like he doesn't have that background. It's party background. That
I
could
know,
be
but
fixed.
everyone was so apprehensive about drafting him, and he
Yeah.
doesn't even have that. Like, maybe he does, but we just don't know about it.
Mm.
But he,
I think someone
it's
came out
the
already,
skill.
honestly, with what he does on and off the field. But now we're gonna switch to somewhat
switching
NFL.
gears again.
NFL, NHL playoffs is the first round is coming to an end, and
Tonight.
no,
tomorrow.
Wednesday, Red Wings against Tampa Bay Lightning. So now we're gonna let you guys listen to the NHL top 5 plays of this week.
All right, it's time now for our top 5 plays from Monday in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And at number 5, some great goaltending, by the way, on Monday. And we started with Yaroslav Halak robbing Jason Chimera.
Yarrow Halak has to look through traffic, battle his way around the blue paint, and make not one, but 2 key saves in tight, robbing Jason Chimera, and he holds his head down and chains.
All right, your first star of the night, Tyler Johnson, using that speed for his first goal of the night.
Tyler Johnson turns on the afterburners. Excellent little chip shot over Peter Mrazek.
How about Thomas Tatar with his second goal of the night to cut the lead to 1?
The man they call tuna, they could just as easily call steak for the same reason. Beautiful little pirouette. And then 5-hole. Man, that's nice.
You want some seafood? You hungry?
Yeah, why not?
Number 2, back to Halak, the save on Jay Beagle.
Oh my goodness, Yaroslav Halak appears out of nowhere. Take a look at that right pad. extension. Man, oh man, you kidding me?
And we had a real tough time making this. No, we didn't have a tough time at all. Peter Mrazek
channeling his inner Roger Federer. OMG, what a save. That could have been on the clay court anywhere, but better still, it was on the ice in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's beautiful stuff.
You're clearly ready for the French Open.
I am, absolutely. Roland Garros, my man.
There you have it, our top 5 plays from Monday.
So we're back, They're Like a Girl Radio with Alyssa Paolicelli.
And KaraAnne Galante.
We're with you until 5 p.m. If you want to join our conversation, the number to call is 718-951-4444. So now we get into our favorite topic of the hour.
Woohoo!
It is some playoff talk. And like we said before, round 1 commences?
Yes.
No, commences to begin. It closes on tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, it closes.
Tampa Bay forced a Game 7.
Yes, thank you, Tampa Bay.
Neither one of those teams has won at home, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because, so we're just going to preview what has happened so far, who's moving on to the next round.
Yes, Western Conference. Take it away.
So next setup for round 2, Wild versus Blackhawks, Ducks versus Flames. And then we have in the East
the Rangers versus the Washington Capitals. And we have Montreal versus, we don't know yet,
either Tampa Bay or
Detroit. So who do you think is going to win Game 7?
I don't know. Honestly, it should have. Tampa Bay should have put this one away already.
No, really Detroit should have put this away.
Tampa Bay should have won the first game.
I know, but I want Detroit to win.
I do too.
They should have put this away.
No, I definitely want
Game 6.
Detroit to win because I cannot handle playing. Let's say that Montreal moves on. I cannot handle playing the Capitals, Montreal, and then Tampa Bay. That is just
that's way too much for me.
Way too much emotional pull on my heart there. Cannot do it.
Yeah, you know what was funny? The Tampa Bay Lightning coach, John Cooper, accused the Red Wings of cheating. Saying
what?
Saying the Red Wings are avoiding penalties by they're doing interference, but secretly doing interference so that the refs aren't really noticing it. Which I thought it was funny. I'm like, really? You're going to really start that right now? And it's annoying because the Red Wings can't close the series, and I hope they close it on Wednesday because I want them to win because Mike Babcock's job might be on the line after this, so I really hope.
So you're a fan of...
I watched, they were in I think the Winter Classic or something. You know that series that they have? The NHL Winter Classic
24/7?
24/7. Yeah, I was watching it and I just fell in love. Honestly, they're a pretty good team on and off the ice. But
it's Hockey Town, so
I know it is Hockey Town. It's amazing, the fans.
Did you see there was a video before we move on there of the guy throwing an octopus on the ice?
Yes,
and I remember was it last year or 2 years ago when Detroit played the Bruins? It was last year because that was in the first time, and all the Bruins fans were complaining oh, why are we playing Detroit? Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And then they threw a octopus in the ice and it almost hit Tuukka Rask in the head. It was so close.
They do that though. They're known for doing that, and I think they banned it now.
It was funny actually when I was reading up on that series. When they went to Boston, there was a while ago they had put a ban, so they were checking for IDs every time someone was buying octopus. So if you did not have Massachusetts license in Boston, they were not selling you an octopus so that they couldn't throw the octopus on the ice.
Oh come on, that's no fun. I like when they did that. I felt like that added to the hockey spirit.
Definitely does.
I really did love that. But
it has to be some type of animal cruelty though, but no, that's another story.
I think the octopus is dead, don't worry about it. But the Rangers are going around too, ladies and gentlemen. Who's excited to have a heart attack?
I am. Well, before the Caps finally closed out the Isles.
Yes, that game was crazy last night.
I would just want to say to all the Isles fans out there,
congratulations on winning the Stanley Cup in November.
No, I'm not going to be mean like Kara. I want good karma around my team from here on out. I don't want to be negative.
All right.
But think about it. There was a last season at the Coliseum.
I know.
They gave their team their fans an exciting run. It was really great atmosphere to be a part of.
Yes, they did.
And they made a memorable, they didn't lose their last game at home.
Yeah.
I thought I wouldn't want anybody to have. I hated when the Mets did that with Shea.
Yeah.
Don't want anyone else to go
I think
through
that was the game that if they won, they would have won into the playoffs. They would have clinched the wild card.
Sounds like something that happened.
I think that was the game. But yeah, it's still good to be an Islanders fan next season.
Dude, there's so much promise in that team. They are so young. We'll
I know.
see you next year in the playoffs
next season.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, in
Just
Brooklyn.
unfortunate that it's in Brooklyn, but
yeah, it's unfortunate. So sorry, Islanders fans. But the Rangers, we have bad news. Matt Zuccarello is out indefinitely with an upper body injury, which
AKA
people are
a
saying concussion. Yes, that was sustained Game 5 of the playoffs.
Yeah. Ryan McDonough just has to stop taking out his teammates.
Oh my God, he has to stop. He took out Lundqvist. He needs to be. I don't know.
His shot is just so deadly.
I
Apparently.
know, but Zuccarello, why are you like in front of the shot, dude? Move away. He got hit in the jaw with a shot.
I thought it was up a little higher, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't see the replay that closely, but
Well, he's so short. I don't even know. It's on the facial area.
Getting hit up high from a puck is just not okay in your head. Like
no, it's not. And you even
really
saw he
bad.
was a little wobbly on the bench.
And they took him back right away.
No,
At first
they did.
They were like looking at his eye. I'm like, just take him back. Like,
No,
you know
you
he's not
even
coming
knew it.
back.
He was-
You know he's not coming back.
He was showing concussion symptoms right off the bat. He was very unstable. But on a positive, Kevin Kline is coming back.
That's good. And Keith Yandel is apparently up into full health now, right?
Yeah, he had the sniffles.
He had some. Everyone was like, "What's wrong with Keith Yandel?" Blah,
Oh,
blah,
but he
blah.
probably had a cold. I don't know. It wasn't a big deal though. I don't think they just said he just wasn't feeling well. But the Rangers haven't practiced in a while. I think they started practice
today. I think they had an optional skate.
So
this
they took a break. But guys, we need to get prepared for the Washington Capitals.
That's another thing. This is so weird. I feel like this is the 5th time since 2009 the Rangers have Caps have met
it's crazy.
in the playoffs.
You're right. And
But something really weird I noticed.
What is weird? Tell me.
So three of the 4 playoff series since 2009 have gone to Game 7.
Yes.
And because
God.
they've met 4 times, this will be the 5th time.
Yes, the most.
So I think the Rangers took 2, and the most 2 recent, and we lost 2, the further 2 in the past.
Yes.
But when AV was the head coach of the Canucks, he outscored the head coach currently of the Capitals, Trotz. He used to coach the Predators, so there was the Canucks and Predators. They only outscored the Predators 14-11 in a 6-game series that included 1 overtime decision and another in double overtime during Vancouver's run to the 2011 Stanley Cup Finals as President Trophy winners.
Okay.
So that was like really complicated, but basically,
it is complicated.
AV as a coach of another team that won the President's Trophy that went to the Stanley Cup,
Yes.
played the same team that the same
coach
that is coaching the
Yes.
Capitals.
So he
and
knows.
we outscored them. So it's
Yes.
an interesting coaching matchup because
It
apparently
is.
maybe it's. I mean, I don't think the scores are going to be any different from this first series of the Rangers.
No,
I think
it's
they're going to be
not.
a lot of 2-1 games.
Yes.
But apparently, I mean, both these guys are big on offense, so.
Yeah, we'll see.
It should be interesting.
Yeah, and we got to watch out for Braden Holtby, too, because did you see yesterday's game, during the game, while the Islanders were in their zone, he takes off his helmet.
Are you glad that we're
takes
not
off-
playing the Islanders?
I'm glad. Honestly, I am really glad because I think the Islanders were a threat to the Rangers. After how they play them in the regular season, I feel like the Rangers have a better handle. Yeah, mentally, and Lundqvist mentally has a better handle on the Capitals because we have beat them in the playoffs, and the Islanders mentally, I think, no, we don't. I would have been scared.
I think the same thing,
honestly.
but if the Islanders are going to play the same way they played against the Caps last night.
But they aren't because
I
it's the
know,
New York Rangers,
but
and
they
it's such a
have
big
so many-
rivalry.
all their defensemen are hurt. So I'm like thinking like maybe did I wish for did I wish for poison? Like you know what I mean?
No. I think we're right with the Capitals. I'm happy that they advanced, and we'll see what happens. We just have to keep a hold on Ovechkin. That's the honestly that's the only threat.
The Capitals did a good job of doing. I mean, the Islanders did a good job of holding Ovechkin. I think to only 2 goals in the whole series, which is pretty good for 7 games.
That is pretty good with the leading goal scorer in the NHL, even on power plays too.
And this is the first time the Capitals have advanced to the second round since 2012.
Yes,
So
and we were the ones who eliminated them in that second round in 2012.
I remember that round. That was the round, May 7th, 2012. Brad Richards scored the overtime goal 13 seconds
Yes.
after tying it with 6 seconds left.
That was amazing.
That was the
That was
moment
amazing.
I was like, okay.
We're winning the cup.
No. Then we didn't. No, that was the moment
I don't
was
want to be
like,
reminded about that.
this was the only. It was just an unbelievable. The atmosphere was crazy. That was probably one of the most memorable sporting atmospheres I've ever been in.
Really?
Yeah, I remember it like so clearly.
You do.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
That I didn't realize that was the last time that they were in the second round, the Capitals, and we beat them. Because that was we were down 3-2 in the series, and that tied it up, and we went to Game 7.
Yes.
So
Oh
gosh.
You know what? I was thinking I have like this little thing that since Zuccarello is out indefinitely, maybe that will give fire to the Rangers. Because
Maybe.
everybody loves Zook.
That's you
You
that's a
know,
good
and
point.
like to win for him since last season, Marty St. Louis' mother had passed away, and that gave fire to the Rangers. So maybe
This is
this
season's
injury
push.
might be a push. Like there's always something bad happening, but something good has to come out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that will definitely help as far as they want to. I think the Rangers do best when they play for each other because that's what they seem to do a lot last
Yes,
run.
they're a very close team.
So hopefully they'll do the same thing. But I figured you would like that. I got the stat for you. So
Yes,
the
thank you.
last
Let me hear
time
this.
they played the Capitals in the second round
Yes.
was 94.
Oh, I love this stat already.
And the Rangers won in 5.
Okay.
So I
So
know
I'm
Kara's
yes.
a big sports history repeater type of fan. So.
Yes, I think we this year. I'm thinking this series is gonna go to 6 games. The Rangers will win this series because I'm a big Rangers fan, obviously, so I'm biased. But I think the Rangers got this.
I'm gonna go 7, and I'm obviously gonna pick Rangers. But everything I've been reading is Caps in 6.
Well, I think Rangers in 6, and then I
And
can't
Kara
wait.
was right this last
Yeah,
series,
everybody
so.
was like what was it? Rangers in 7, first round or something like that. And I'm like, no, they're gonna do it in 5. They're gonna show us. So I just hope they just have to play consistent all 3 periods. They can't do what they did to Pittsburgh because they have goal scorers in Washington like
Yeah.
Ovechkin. I know Pittsburgh had
And they're
Crosby
physical.
and Malcolm,
They're
but
physical,
they
and
didn't
it's
show
gonna
up.
take a lot of.
they're a big team.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be a lot of seeing how much they can withstand with the physicality play that the Capitals bring.
Yes.
But I mean, hopefully, then that's another thing I want to ask you.
yes.
Are you concerned with the rest that they've had?
Yes, I am
Me too.
concerned
Me
because
too.
with the team who rests so much, the
we've
momentum
had-
is gone and the fire and everything. It's just they're all relaxed now. They're like chill, like okay, and they haven't practiced in a while, which scares me in a little bit. You know, I like momentum going into the second round and going into another series. Like the Capitals now have a momentum.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I think
after
we've
that
always
game-
played better.
Yeah, last night's game was
With-
really good, but the refs weren't calling
Especially,
any penalties.
the only thing I would be like, if Lundqvist was healthy all season, was playing all the games he normally plays, I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, he can use the rest. He rests the better half of the season.
Yeah, but at least now Kevin Kline got to heal a little bit
That's
longer,
true.
like
That's
the
true.
injuries. But now we have Zuccarello injured, so that kind of hurts a little bit. But I think James Shepard is now coming in on
He's
defense.
gonna probably make his first start, and I think they're gonna move Marty up to Zook's
Yeah,
spot.
Marty St. Louis is gonna be
But
in
one
first
thing
line.
that is crucial in this, the
What?
Rangers have got to address their power play.
yes,
Because the Capitals' penalty kill is awesome.
and their power play is the
stopped
best in the
14
league.
The Islanders were 0 for 14
Yes,
in.
but the Islanders have the worst power play in the league.
That's true, but
Yeah.
still, the Rangers definitely need a problem that needs to be addressed. I know they were practicing that a little bit.
Yeah, but the
switching
power
up
play is
line.
always a problem. It's been a problem for years. And
But you need that to win the
I
Stanley
know
Cup.
we do need the power play. It's been a problem, but our penalty kill is good, and the Capitals have the top power play in the league. But so far during the playoffs, they haven't been able to capitalize as much on their power play. Ovechkin has been held down, so we just gotta hold down Ovechkin. Braden Holtby, he's okay.
He played well yesterday.
He's alright.
So did Halak.
I don't trust Braden Holtby. I don't trust him. I feel like he's a little cheater in a little bit. I don't trust Braden Holtby and the way he plays. It's just not. We gotta watch out. But I think what the schedule was released too.
Yeah, that's true. So the first game is Thursday. I think it varies like a couple days. Like
Yeah, I think
if-
it's depending on Wednesday.
who wins on
Tampa Bay-
Wednesday, which I don't know. I guess it's probably because of other scheduling with the arenas, but
Yes, the schedule is out. I'm searching for.
me and Kara are working at Citi Field every day that the Rangers play. So
So,
if the Mets are
yes.
home, they're probably playing.
Yes.
I tweeted the Mets. I was like, hey, can you guys reschedule your home games
Yes,
for me? Thanks.
please.
It would be appreciated.
It would be It would be greatly appreciated for me because they only show when they score, and that's like 10 minutes after they score. So I already know what happened. And yeah, they're playing They're playing Thursday, May 2nd, May 4th, May 6th, May 8th, May 10th, and May 13th. So yeah. So let's go Rangers, right?
That's for sure.
Well, that song, Just a Girl by No Doubt, leads us into our final segment of today's show called Woman of the Week. And this week's Woman of the Week is no one other than Kathryn Tappen. Well, Kathryn Tappen, she's a sports analyst on the NHL Network. She was born in Morristown, New Jersey, which I was shocked because I thought she was Canadian.
That's when you know she's a good hockey analyst.
Yes, I thought she was
If you
Canadian.
think she's Canadian, that means it's a good.
Yeah, she was born in Morristown, New Jersey. She attended Rutgers University on an academic and athletic scholarship, so you go, girl. She was academic All-American as a member of the track and cross-country team. In 2003, she began her career at CBS Sports Network.
Hey,
Yeah, right
so
where
did
Alyssa
I.
interned. And in 2006, she joined the New England Sports Network. She was a host for Bruins games and sports and was a sports desk anchor. In 2011, she left NESN or New England Sports Network for the NHL Network, where she hosts with Keith Jones and Mike Milbury. I think it's, NHL Live and NHL Overtime she hosts. And she does a lot of like pregame and postgame stuff too for them. In 2014, she hosted hockey on the NBC Sports for the Olympics. So she was part of the Olympics too. And also she signed on for the Olympics in, I think, 2016 and then the next Winter Olympics and things like that.
2018 then, I think.
Yeah, and she's also, you could find her covering NHL and NFL for the NBC Sports Group, NHL Live, NHL Overtime, Football Night in America, and Notre Dame football. So Kathryn Tappen, keep on doing what you're doing. She's someone that Alyssa and I really do look up to. Whatever, she's amazing.
She's awesome.
In announcing and things like that, I just can't believe it. And she really holds her own.
She does hold her own, and a lot of the time she often leads conversation, but she even gets her, she makes it a point to make comments about things that she, because she's not only just someone who's directing
She's not there for looks. She's there for telling us what she, like her analysis on things like that and what she thinks about the sport. And she's just amazing. She's really top out there. She's getting up there, and women in the industry too.
Yeah, she's getting recognition from other people too. And now it's like she's like a common name in hockey.
No, she's a common name, and she worked her butt off. And she's a New Jersey native, which is awesome. And she went to a school that I actually heard of, Rutgers University.
That you can actually drive to.
I know, so it's like we have kind of a connection, Kathryn Tappen. But it's really great. And she's actually married to a hockey player,
which one?
I am told it's an ex-hockey player. Oh, I forgot his name.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think he played for the San Jose Sharks.
Okay.
Or something like that. But she has the life I want. So great job, and you go, girl. And it's that time of the hour where we have to end the show. We only have 2 shows left?
Yeah, 2 shows left and finals. So yay!
Yay! I'm gonna miss this, but we're not over yet, guys.
We'll be back next semester. 2 more weeks, and then you have the summer off from our lovely voices.
Yes, I know you guys are gonna miss us. Well, thank you all so much for listening to Throw Like a Girl Radio, WBCR's first all-female sports talk show. I'm KaraAnne Galante.
And I'm Alyssa Paolicelli.
And we'll be back same time, same place next Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. Let us know what you thought about our show on our social media outlets, Facebook.com/ThrowLikeAGirlRadio, Twitter @ThrowLikeA_girl, and Instagram ThrowLikeAGirlRadio. We will be posting this episode on our YouTube channel. Just search Throw Like a Girl Radio if you to subscribe. And also use the hashtag Like a Girl too to encourage women's confidence too on social media. You could check out all of our social pages for updates. Tomorrow, tune in at 7 for The Good Fight with Brian McGee.
You got it. You know his name.
And Thursday at 5 for Heat and Ace Radio with Faraz Tour.
Almost.
I was so close. Come back next Tuesday at 4 by listening to us on mywbcr.com or tune in by downloading the TuneIn Radio app and searching Brooklyn College Radio. Have a great week, everybody, and good luck on finals and everything like that.
And watch playoff hockey.
Yes, let's go Rangers.